What up? Pryme.mega, new tree droppers on the little trees up. What's good, y'all? Checking in. I like to do these little check-ins every now and then because it's like a visual journal, a vlog journal, rather than going to get the composition book and the pen, which I still do as well. I had an epiphany. I was at work today, and it dawned on me. You hear from the very time that we start school, elementary, way back, that life is about choices. And sometimes, you hear things so much that it's almost like numb, like it's in the background, it blends in. You hear certain things so much that it takes certain instances. And for me today, really, it wasn't anybody in particular, anything specific. It's just, I guess, how my mind was perceiving everything in the morning. And, choices popped up in my head. And it was like, the difference between me and everybody else, and you out there and everybody else, is the choices that we make. The choice that you chose to get up and go to work this morning. You chose to catch the bus for transportation, catch the train. You chose to drive. You chose to walk. Some people choose. Also, we choose to go after the level of employment that we like to be a part of. Sometimes we choose jobs that we're not so much crazy about, but we do have in mind where we'd like to be in life. I like my job. I really do. But there's always a but, right? But, I always see more for myself, and that's not to lower the gratefulness of employment that I currently have now. Is I'm not putting it down or anything like that, but it's, keeping things in perspective is very important. I went to school, I went to college, I had dreams, I have dreams. And those dreams, you don't turn those off, maybe some people do. I always wonder when you see somebody, they're doing what they have to do, but it's like, is that what you really want to do? Even if it looks like a dream job. Some dream jobs, to that person that's actually doing that dream job, they also may be like, I'm here, but I gotta get here. I gotta get somewhere else. Everybody's on different levels, and how we approach things. And it's always, to me, there's always more. There's always something. Once I get here, there's this and this and that. So again, I say, choices. I'm at work, and I'm like, I really, the difference between me and my co-workers, the people above, is I sometimes I just like to assess myself, like my discipline, especially now that I'm older. Let me just say that now that I'm older, I really can see my strengths and my weaknesses, if that makes sense. Whereas before, you hear, again, like choices, you hear strengths and weaknesses. Whereas before, I didn't have nothing to weigh it against. Now I kind of do. Now I can see that I have disciplines that other people may not. And as you out there as well may have different things, get different caveats, different pockets, different bags that you can get into that everybody else don't have. And now that I can see that for myself, I definitely know that sometimes, or at this point, all is needed is just the application, is just to apply myself just a little more. I just need a target area specifically, and I can lock in and really, really, really get where I want to go, where I want to be in life. I can see it now. I can feel it. Because I have proof. I have the experience to back myself up in this thought. It's not just an epiphany. These choices are not just happenstance. These choices were made for a reason, so that I could see myself in a certain light prior, presently, and in the future. I have that vision. I can see it now. Maybe some of you out there are at that point as well. And like I said, I just see, and again, I'm no better than anybody else. Let me just say that. Like I said, but I'm at a point where I can see things like a status bar. Sometimes you see your phone needs to be charged, or you can see what's working well. When you go and you dial into your phone in the settings, you see what's working in the background, what's being downloaded. I can see that now. I can really see that. And like I said, now I can weigh myself up against not necessarily co-workers, but like even upper management. I'm like, man, listen, I know y'all not going home and doing this and that every night like I am. I know you're not going and reading this up. I know you're not, or maybe you are. I don't want to discount that, but I'm saying it like, and again, I'm so competitive to a fault. Again, this is nothing personal to anybody out there. It's just, I see it now. I literally I can literally see it. And like I said, I often want to ask somebody that's of upper management, like, what is y'all thought process? What do you do in the morning? Like, how do y'all pursue things? Do y'all meditate? Do you work out? How do you work out? Do you sharpen your skills of where you're at now at this job, at this position? What are you doing to stay sharp when you go home at night? Or are you taking work home with you? What is the thought process? Are you keeping your stress like I'm so curious now, because again, I'm like, I can see it, you know what I'm saying? And again, not to be competitive with them, it's just, I can see it now. I literally, like, I'm close. And I'm saying it like close as far as I know, like, again, it might be just another level in wisdom in which God is allowing me to see another stretch of mile on this journey that I'm on. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. I was just curious, just these thoughts come to my mind. And I wonder sometimes if anybody out there is thinking like I'm thinking, if we're on the same wavelength. I mean, we pretty much definitely do. I see the comments, I get, messages from everybody, and, we definitely share some of the same viewpoints, and I know. So I like to, again, just share these thoughts that are on my mind, but like I said, I do know that I'm competitive to a fault, and which does serve me. And then there's times where I've learned the discipline to shut it off, but that's the athlete in me, that's the athlete that's always trying to activate and seek out competition. And it's like, dude, no, it's not time for that. Just sit down and learn something for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, choices. It really, again, we hear that all the time. And it just hit me today. Was like, you know what? I see what that means now. It's a lot deeper now. It means a lot more to me now. These choices, these decisions that I've made, and this path that some of my choices and decisions have put me on, even currently. But like I said, now I'm in a position where I'm looking and comparing myself, and again, not to say that I'm better than anybody else. That's not my point, but just like measuring up, like, where are y'all trying to get where I'm at? Like, what, I'm very, very, very curious, now that I can clearly see my choice, some of where my choices have led me in a transparent manner, very clearly. So, comment below. Let me know your thoughts, man. Anybody thinking some of the same things? Anybody trying to seek some ascension, some beyond lateral movement in positions of life, trying to actually move upward? Just let me know. It's your boy Pryme.mega. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Have a blessed week. Have a blessed day. Let's get it, y'all. Trees up.